Hey, it's Josephine from the Pointe shop. I'm fitting in the Oakland showroom right now, and I'm fitting Olivia today. And we're getting ready for a YGP, which is in a couple weeks. So we need some shoes that we're gonna make her feet look really good, because during competition, the judges are definitely looking at your feet, and they are seeing if the shoes are flattering your feet, if you're able to control your shoes. So it's really important to be fitted correctly for YGP or for any other competition or audition. So all of those are coming into season right now. You're gonna have a ton of auditions. People are looking at your feet. For a competition, usually I fit them a little bit differently, just because I want to show off the best part of you. The regular season, I'm looking a little bit more for longevity, to make sure that your shoes are lasting a little bit longer. But for competition, auditions, or for shows, I generally just look for a shoe that's the most flattering. Olivia is currently in a pretty hard shoe right now. So this isn't a terrible fit, but you can see that the shoe is actually controlling her, and she's not really controlling the shoe. So you want to make sure that you're in a shoe that you can articulate through a little bit better. Come down for me, and then parallel, releve. So her feet are staying relatively flat. It's staying pretty flat and straight, and that's okay. You don't have to be really bendy, or you don't have to show off your arch all the time. It's okay to be straight up and down, but you want to make sure that for YGP you're putting your best foot forward and making sure that your feet are really pretty. So you can see that there's a pretty big difference between her left and her right. The right foot is not as flexible as the left, and that's also something that the judges will notice as well, is that your feet are a little bit uneven. Everyone has a favorite foot, but you don't want to necessarily show the judges that. So you want a shoe that will flatter both of your feet and make you a little bit more even. Also, harder shoes are generally a little bit louder. So because the judges are so close to the stage, they're hearing everything that's happening while you're dancing. So if the shoes are really loud, they're hearing all of that. So you want to make sure that the shoes are quieter and a little bit softer, and it's showing off your feet, and your feet are also a little bit more even. So I'm going to show you a couple different pairs. You can take those off. This is okay for Olivia for the regular season, because these are probably going to last her the longest, but I definitely want to have a shoe that's going to flatter her feet a little bit more. Also, we are maybe a couple weeks out from YGP, right? So she's competing in a couple weeks, so we want a shoe that doesn't take too long to break in. So this is the first shoe that we pulled out. I like this shoe because it's a little bit more streamlined, and it makes the heel a little bit prettier. Okay, so this flatters her feet a little bit more, but as you can see, the vamp is a little bit longer here. So it is still preventing her foot from going all the way over. It's still a softer shoe than what she was in before, so it's still prettier. Come down for me. Stand in first position, step up onto point. But again, if you're looking at her feet, even though it looks much better than the first pair that we just saw, the right foot is not going over as far as the left. So we want to still make it a little bit more even and give the right foot a little bit more love. The last shoe I'm going to put her on, it's about the same shank strength as the second pair, but the third pair that I'm going to give her, the vamp is a little bit shorter, so she's able to go over a little bit further. Now for regular season, I'm not sure if this would be the best, only because I think she's going to blow through the shoes a little bit faster. Stand up for me. But I think this shoe is going to be the prettiest in terms of showing off your feet in front of the judges. First position, bring your right foot up on point, press up on both feet. So the things that I love about the shoe: one, it's quiet, even though you can't tell right now. Two, the vamp is a little bit shorter, so she's getting over a little bit better. She's pretty even between her left and her right now. And the heel is actually the prettiest of all three. So it's very streamlined. We want to also make sure that the heel stays on during, so we want to make sure that it's sewn on nice and tight for the elastic and ribbons. But I think overall this is the best competition shoe because it's flattering, it has a shorter vamp, so she'll be able to roll through. It's quiet, and it's actually, even though it's not super tight, it looks tighter because the heel is a little bit more streamlined and it's cut a little bit lower. So the fabric is cut a little bit lower in this shoe, so it shows off her feet a little bit more. So it's really all about aesthetics and how quiet it is. If you have a competition coming up, or if you have auditions coming up, make sure that you are put into a shoe that's the most flattering and showing off your feet. Let me know what competition you're competing in, and if you have any questions about your shoes, you can leave that in the comments and we will answer that in the next video. Thank you so much. Thanks, Olivia.
Thank you.